Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Leilui, Nishmat, Moshe Mordechai. Big Mazel Tov. Nathaniel Davis's daughter, Esther, got engaged to a good friend of mine. Actually, the chassan himself, Yosef Palachik, lives by my brother in Farag, a very good friend. No bad. I'm just bad with names. I don't want to. So Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. And I have a mice with the chassan, actually. I'll tell you a quick mice. I said the story over, but now you know who the Bala mice is. The chassan ate by us for Shabbos, maybe a year or so ago. And I was then running around from yeshiva to yeshiva pushing the daf. So it's probably 2 years ago. It was Megillah and those Masechtas. So I asked him, I said, you learn in the mirror. What do you think about me going to the mirror? He says, the guys in the mirror, they don't have time for daf. I said, come on, there's plenty of time for daf. He said, no, we learn, we steig all day. We don't have time, you're wasting your time going. So as I was on the way to a yeshiva, I saw the mirror, like, let's stop over here. And we got a hall and we got food, everything within 10 minutes. And we went to the other yeshiva. On the way back, we stopped by the mirror and 200 and something Bachram showed up. And 50 of them signed up. But the first one that signed up was the chassan, Yosef Palachik. After he said that nobody has time, he's the first one. And I believe he's still doing the daf at the end of Zeav. So it's a big Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov to my brother Refuah. Finally getting rid of Yosef. He's probably in his house for a year. Goodbye. Shalom Yisrael. Okay. So Yishkoyach Rabbi Yosef for coming. Listen to this. Nathaniel Gans, thinking. He set up a robo-call center. That's where I said, hi, I'm just here to give you a small message starting Kedushin, free Gemara. He started about 45 minutes ago. And if you want a free Gemara, just press 1. And there's a few people that came to volunteer, not too many. And they got 30 people to sign up already from robocalling. It's that easy. It's that because people want, first of all, they want a free Gemara. But they want to join Torah. They want. So try it out at home. We'll talk a little bit about it a little later. Rabbi Sai, here's a video from Yudi Schwartz. It's very safe, these buses. You guys going like 80. What? Okay. Sign up for the daf tonight. Oh, that's just my screen, I guess. Do you see red or black letters? Good. Sign up for that tonight at my Vart, 4419 18th Avenue. Another Vart, Mazel Tov. Then I'm getting engaged after signing up for the daf. I don't know if that means he got engaged because he signed up, or you could sign up by him. Amazing. Gishmak to the daf. Ariel Cohen, Mazel Tov. And here's a message that Nasan again just voice messaged me, and I decided to play it. Maybe he won't be so happy, but here we go.
I have to leave you a message, Eli. It's going very well, even though I don't have enough volunteers. A guy told me the most beautiful thing. He said, I pressed 1 just to tell you thank you, Billy, and I want to tell you why I'm part of this year. Because in the Durham, I got an email to please rejoin, and I felt like I was part of something. You miss me. You feel like I'm getting emotional. You feel like you miss me, so you want me back and share. Now I miss. Isn't that nice what we're doing to the people now?
Yeah. Of course he's emotional because he realizes the value. And that's the only reason why it works like Mamish Yom V'Layla works. Because, and he's the head of Yad Lachem, but he works for us because he knows what it does. Rabbi Sai, the Koil, sponsored by Navis from Lakewood. The Shoshana says to Bas Bela. The Masech sponsored by Moshe Banda, thank Hashem that I'm able to thank him for everything that I have. Parnas HaChodesh, Leilui, Nishmat, Zechraya, Ben Moshe. Shoshana and Leah. Parnas HaChodesh. Bracha Adli Dain all my endeavors, Baruch Tzvi Nissim, Shoshana Leah. Parnas HaChodesh, Dr. Avrum Epstein, in memory of the third yahrzeit of his beloved Raiza Gitl Zeav. Parnas HaChodesh, Mordechai ben Esther for complete Refuah, Shalema b'Kariv, Amen. Parnas HaChodesh, Nishmat Zechariah bas Yosef, Shoshana and Leah. I guess these Parnas HaChodesh is good value because we have 6 Parnas HaChodesh and 1 Parnas HaYom. Parnas HaChodesh, Nishmat, Avraham, Albert, Halevi, Ben Esther, and Gavriel, Beniyaminov. Wow, I'm going to have to say that name for a whole month. I better get used to it. The Mordechai Plonka, Rabinowitz families, our grandson Mordechai Yehuda Plonka, 2 zaydes, two saftas. Oh, I see what's going on. There's a kid there. That's what happened? Okay, I'm slow. Plonka Rebbe and his family is our grandson. And a grandson. Mordechai Yehuda, who? Yeah. The art of the month. Rabbi said the art of the month is available. Basically, it's sponsoring Yoshi's salary. And I don't want to take money from somebody that's already giving to MDY. If somebody new wants to jump in, Beseder, this is about to end. If it didn't end already, the art of the month for complete Refuah for Chaim Tzvi Ben Leah. I think it's like $5,000 a month. That's what it is. It's not that bad. Rabbi Isai, we are holding on the bottom of Pevav Amud Beis, Chamisha Shekosvu Klal. A lot of just simple charts today of Gittin and different very interesting kind of Gittin. So we learned in the Mishnah that if there are 5 Gittin, somebody divorces five different people divorce 5 different women in one get. Sometimes it's a good get. If it's in the klal, sometimes if it's in typhus, it's not good. So what's going on here? Let's understand. So says the Gemara, Heichidami klal, Heichidami typhus. When is it good? When is it not good? Omar Rabbi Yochanan, Zman echad lekulon zeu klal. If on the top, so let's read it together. Oh, somebody turned it off for me. So over here you have the Zman, Shemois, Chasimois. The Zman, it's one general time for all the 5 names. It says the year. And then it says, Ish ploini migarshis ploinis. Ploini migarshis ploinis, ... In other words, this is the whole nusach get. Ploini migarshis ploinis, ... Okay? So if you notice, Abedavka took out the vavs here. It says ploini migarshis ploinis, ploini migarshis, doesn't say vi ploini. Okay, that the Gemara is going to discuss later that it has to say vi. Zman lekol echad ve'echad zeu typhus. However, if after each and every name and every single get is a different time, then it's no good. Rish Lakish Amar, and we're going to see soon exactly what the machlokes is between Rabbi Yochanan and Rish Lakish. It's easier than we think. Rish Lakish Amar afilu zman echad lekula nami have a typhus. This could also be a problem if there's one zman all the way on top. It doesn't say the date over and over, just one time. It could also be a problem because it seems like Rabbi Yochanan says that's okay, that's good. Eli Chidami Klal, what's considered a good get? Anu ploini uploini gerashnu es nesheisenu. So here goes. According to Rish Lakish, it would say this is in the beginning. Anu ploini uploini 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 gerashnu nesheisenu uploini. In other words, it doesn't give the whole a get for each one. There's a general register of names. It says all the names, Reuven and Shimon and Levi and Yehuda, they're going to use this get. That's a good get. According to Rabbi Yochanan, it says that as long as there's one date, this is good. So let's go back to Rabbi Yochanan. Over here you have the date on top, one time, and they have a list. You have a get for Reuven, a get for Shimon, a get for Levi, a get for Yehuda. And then you have the signatures of the Edom, Gershom and Gary. Problem is, maybe Gershom signed on the final get on the bottom. The last get. How do you know that he signed on all the 4 on top of him? Now, we just, since we're talking about the signings of Gittin and Shtaris, so I want to tell you a story. I might have said it once before. A very interesting story that Reb Zilberstein brings, of course. There was a very wealthy Jew that came from America and went to Miron, to Reb Shimon Bar Yochai's kever. And he looked around and he saw like a place that people put in kvitlach to Reb Shimon Bar Yochai. He's very curious. When nobody's looking, he grabbed one of the notes and he read it. And it says like this: Dear Reb Shimon, I'm making a chasana. I'm very, very poor. I need $40,000. Please send me money to my house and, Tzvat somewhere. And here's my address, Rechov, this and that. So this Gavriel was very annoyed. What kind of chutzpah you ask Reb Shimon like that and give him an address? What, you think it's going to get to that address? So he decided to pull a shtick. He wrote a $40,000 check, and he signed on the bottom Rishim Bayachai. And he sent him the check. He said, "Now let's see what this guy's gonna do." Like a stock, you ask him Rishim Bayachai for a check. Here's your check. Of course, a few days go by, and the wealthy guy sees that $40,000 came out of his account. So now he's fuming. So he goes to the bank, and he says, "What happened? Let me see." So she shows him the check, and the check has his signature on it. What happened was, he was annoyed at the guy, so he took out his check, Bakas, and he wrote, and he planned to sign Rishim Bayachai, but he signed his own name, and he sent it. So then he realized, Hashem has his ways. And even though he was mad and trying to shtoch, at the end the guy got. But Reb Zilberstein says that the guy that got the check wanted to know if he has to give it back. And it's interesting that Reb Zilberstein in a number of places says there's a musig of siyata d'shmaya. He proves it from different gemaras that if you see that something's going like against everything and like there's no chance that you're going to get a $40,000 check, and all of a sudden it happens and the guy forgot it, that's called siyata d'shmaya, and let the other guy prove it and he gets to keep the check. That's what he claims. Okay, just thought it was interesting. He's talking about chasimas here. There's another ma'aseh that I like saying over when the guy, he gave a huge check to tzedakah, but he didn't sign his name. So the guy comes and says, "What are you doing? What kind of check is this without signing your name?" He says, No. I want to be anonymous from Lakewood. No, I want to be anonymous. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sign my name. Fine. That's stop. You can tell he watches, he knows. Okay. Zog the Gemara. So where am I? I have no idea. Oh no, we're holding way before that. Okay. That we said already. Maybe he signed his name on the last final get. Didn't we learn? Puzzle. So it's interesting. Sometimes the husband in the get, he'll write a little message to his wife. He'll say, how you doing? I hope you didn't get a heart attack from this get. You're okay? So perhaps the Adam signed on that little message he's writing to his wife, so the get is possible. So in other words, the chasima, the signature goes on the final statement that's on that document, not on the entire document from top to bottom. The entire document has 5 different Gittin. Perhaps the chasima was only on the final get. We already explained this from Rabbi Yochanan. Shalu pasul, vishalu kosher. Now, if there's a vav and it's a continuation from the rest of the document, then it's kosher. Here we go. So you look over here in blue. There's a vav in front of every pliny. First it says ish pliny, okay, without a vav, and then it says ve, and this one is divorcing, and this one is divorcing. And at the bottom, there's chasimas of the Edom, the signatures, and therefore the entire get is kosher. Another question on Rabbi Yochanan, and then we're going to go attack Reb Shlokish. If there's a date in between each get, that's taifes, that's no good. My year mishum taifes, I have another problem. Here we go. If you write a get on a date in daytime, and then it turns night, and you sign on it during the nighttime, it's possible. Why? Because the night is the following day. So the Adam signed on a get on the wrong day. That is possible. So we have a problem, says the Gemara, according to Rabbi Yochanan, didn't these Gittin happen in different days? And the signature's on the bottom, so the signing on different days. So what's the obvious answer? No, all these Gittin were done on the same day. Here we have on Sunday, all these people divorced, and therefore come the chasimas of the Edom, which, by the way, they need to be very close to the bottom of the get. You can't leave space, as we'll see on Amud Beis. So now it's a good get. There's no concern that all these Gittin were written on different days.
So why is it on the collective? It's not the same day. It's all the same day.
What are you talking about and what?
He said the chasarn is on the collective. There's chasarn, right?
Yeah.
He said, why is the chasarn? Why is it come up that chasarn is on the collective? say it's not to be not
Should I invoke the Dudi Mahler thing on you?
So, but I'm asking you that if it's talking about the same text, what's sort of non-collective?
No, because that's one thing. Echad b'Shabbos. It happened in Echad b'Shabbos, but you have the whole thing. B'Revi, b'Shabbos, b'Chamisha also, and b'Shnas, this and this. It's the whole. It's not just b'Echad. It's the whole. It's the whole Arichas Dvarim.
There's one signature on the bottom. There's going all 5 Gittin.
Right.
One of them was written 4 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago.
No. They're all written the same day. They're all written on Sunday. They're all Sunday get. They all happen that day. That's what the Gemara is saying. It all happened that day. Just it repeats the dates over and over and over. That's the chasar. If it repeats. Okay, now we have another question. Now we're going through Rish Lakish. Even if there's one date for everybody, it's still a taifas. And what's considered a good get? You have to put a register of all the names, and then it's okay. Then what you do? Anu, ploini, girashnu. We, all of us, we divorced. And our wives' names are this is that. And then you do a get. But if you do that, then it comes out that it's one get. Here you can see how it works. B'Revi b'Shabbos, you have the date on top. Okay. Then you have Onu, Pliny, Reuben, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, and Rachel, Leah, Zilpa, whatever. And then it says a get. Pliny, that. The problem is that you're using one get, one lushing sort of, they're all mixed up there. It's one Mishka Babel thing. It's one register of names. So you're using one get for all these people. You can't use one get for a friend. Says the Gemara, the other cause of planning garish plainness. So I already jumped the teretz. The Gemara understood that it's just the 3 lines that we see. Anu, pliny. That's the problem. And it was one get. Says the Gemara, no. Each one got their own get. There should have been, this is a mistake. There should have been ... like we did in the other charts. After pliny and garish's plainness, it just have a bunch of dots, meaning that's the whole nusach get. 5 lines per. This is just bekitzer. Pliny and garish's pliny. Yisivi, the Yisvichen, the Trichen, Shvikin, whatever, the whole thing. And then it says Uplaini Megash Plainness, and again, the whole Lashon, Hariyat Mutaris L'Chaladam, Veditz Yatzvin with 3 yods and the long nun, the whole thing. Okay, long vavs. Listen to this, Rabbi Isai. If you write a get shichrur to 2 of your slaves, one get shichrur, kanu, umshachim says, each slave gets half of the other slave. The master gives all his belongings to Reuven, the slave, all his belongings to Shimon, the slave. So that means Shimon owns a little bit of Reuven, Reuven owns a little bit of Shimon. So what do? They get everything, but they have to release each other. So what's the Gemara's kasha? If we stop right here, what's the Gemara's kasha? It's a nice chap. Because we say, let's see if I can find it. Here. The famous Lala Me'isha, that there's a Gzer Shava between an Eved and an Isha. Whatever works by a slave, works by a woman. Whatever doesn't, and vice versa. If one Shtar Shikhr could work to free 2 slaves, so then one get could work for 2 women. And if we just said that one get cannot work for 2 women, then that one Shtar Shikhr can't work for his 2 slaves. Says the Gemara, very simple. And the question, there is no question because it's not talking about one Shtar Shikhr for 2 slaves. It's talking about 2 Shtar Shikhr, and that's why it works. I just wanted to show you real quickly. But what is the machlekes here? If you think about it, according to Rabbi Yochanan and Rish Lakish, you need 2 things. You need one time, just one zman for everybody. Both agree to that. And you have to write uplaini. You have to write with a vav ma'aseh. You must do that, otherwise, the chasim on the bottom only goes for the last lines that you're signing. So in order to get the signatures for the entire get, you have to write That's fine. What does Rish Lakish add? On Rabbi Yochanan, there's only one thing. They have to do a register of names. They have to do uplaini on the top. That's it. Okay. Now, Taika was in the Rabbi Yochanan. Tanya can say there's shlokish. We have a mefurish Bracha like Rabbi Yochanan. We have a mefurish Bracha like shlokish. Tanya can say the Rabbi Yochanan chamish kasu get here. Our case. 5 people wrote in one get. Ish plain migash plain is here. The whole lashon of the get. Uplaini plain is uzman echad kulon, and there's only one date. Vaydim milamata kulon ksherin. Who is this? This is Rabbi Yochanan. Because according to Rish Lakish, you have to have a register of names. In addition to plain migarish's plainness and the whole get, and again, plain migarish's plain and the whole get, on top, you have to have all the names together. Reuben, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda are divorcing Rachel. It doesn't say that in this Bracha. This Bracha says even without that, Kulam Ksherin. You give the get to this one, she's divorced. You take it away from her, you do the next one, she's divorced. Now, but if you break it up and each one has its own time, the Eidim are in the bottom, the Eidim that are closest to that bottom get is kosher. Everything above that bottom get is no good. If this distance between them becomes possible, kosher, shein, zman, mafsikon. He argues that the zman doesn't create a hefsek. What creates a hefsek is blank. We had that idea. If there's blank, doing nothing is worse than something else. So zman, just putting in a time in between each get doesn't make a hefsek, according to Review the Mimzer. Now we have a foolish Bracha like Shlokish. If 5 people wrote a get, anu ploini. Here, so now it says anu ploini. You see, that's what we call a register of a get. It's a register of names. Pliny. Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda are divorcing Rachel, Leah, Shifcha, Zilpa. He said Shifcha, okay, whatever. You know what I mean. Then it says Pliny, Gerish, Plynus, Upliny, Gerish, Plynus. Different Gittin, Uzmanechel the Kulam, and has one time that I said that everybody agrees it has to have only one time. Vedim Elamata and Kulam Sherim. That is Shlakish's Shita. You give the get to each and every one. If each one has its own time, and there's a space, and the Zedim on the bottom, the closest get to the Edim, it's kosher. You don't need space, all you need is zman. If you keep on putting in the date over and over, that date ruins it. It makes a hefsek between the bottom signatures and everything between the hefsek. Imagine if you wrote gibberish. It also ruins the get. It's one get. No, it's a get that it's only kosher whatever's on the bottom. Yeah.
So if you give it to one woman and then you give it to the next woman and the next woman, then if somebody needs to prove they're divorced, how they prove that they don't have the get?
Listen, what do they do today? She says she has Eidim. Call the Eidim and go, what?
Has a voice.
Yeah, but today in nowadays the woman doesn't keep the get. They rip it up. They. There's ways you could go be Mikayim and Bezdin. I hear it's a good kasha. Why are you saying that if there's a date in between each and every one and becomes possible? Even he said that even if there's one, we don't understand them 100% now. Even if there's only one zman, it's still not a good get. Says Gemara, Hani Mili, no, you don't understand. If you don't have a registry and you have one zman on top, it's no good. Let's see if I have this again. No, this is not good. I'm just saying. Well, this was for yesterday, but it's really nice the way he did it.
We don't see it.
Oh, good. Just see. Okay. Fine. So all the Gemara is saying is that in order for a shlokish to make it kosher, there's a registry of names, a bunch of names, and there's a bunch of gittin. Then it's kosher according to shlokish. It's not 2 separate cases like you thought. If you separate each and every get with a date, then it becomes possible. And if it's not separated again, it's not possible. Then it's kosher. Says the Mishnah. Before I go to the Mishnah, I want to show you something real quickly. Not this, but this. You guys know how to do status? Sure, you really don't know how to do status? Here, let me show you how to do it. I'm going to do it here live with everybody. Take out your phone if you have a phone. Most people have a phone. Hesh, you try this out. Try this out. You're going to see. You're going to be pointed at the screen. Yeah, it will work. And then you just press photo. You press the where it says MDY status on your screen. It's going to pop up MDY status, and you open. So it opens up in your what do you call it? In your WhatsApp. Yeah. You open up the WhatsApp. Yeah. Press it. Press. Please send me. Yeah. So you got a bunch of videos now.
What status?
Now you go to one of the videos. And you push the little box on the bottom that says forward. You know the box. You know how to forward a picture to somebody or video to somebody. You press forward. It's going to pop up. The first thing that pops up on top says my status.
It's there all the time.
Is there all the time?
It says my phone.
You press that, the forward, it goes my status. Here, I'll show you on the screen. It says my status. So you just click over here, boom. I'll press forward. Here we go. I just forwarded a random video to my own status. Why not? It's of Nisanel, I think. What? Meanwhile, I'm on here. Let me just see what's going on my. What does it say?
It says my phone is tagged.
It says online. It says, let's say.
No, it says here. This is.
Online.
I just sent. That's my status. What? You can't do it? Why not? Do it right now.
I tried twice.
What happened? When you got to this, you were able to scan it?
No, I got a picture of it.
No, not a picture. Don't take picture. Push the yellow thing that says MDY to take you to that. So now it takes you into a WhatsApp thing. And you press. Now you press send the message. Send them the message. You have to send the message to that WhatsApp group, and they send you back an automatic reply. What do they send back?
The video.
So open the video. First, you have to open the video. You have to watch it. Otherwise, it's not going to go on your status. Oh, now I hear you open the video. Forward it to your friend. How do you forward? Press forward.
How? Hit the click on the top.
What do you do, Rabbi? Reb Zalman knows.
I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. You have to forward it to your status. When you press forward, it gives you the option of sending it to your family, to your friends, to your enemies. I'm teaching all the old people new tricks. I don't know how to do it myself. I think I'm learning today. I did it once in Shir, but
Everybody that goes in your status will see it. That's what
It says my phone is tagged. Will not send me status.
all right, let's go weiter. Says the Eli Mishnah. I hope Yosef doesn't take this out. It has to stay in. Yosef, leave it in.
What? They have your status. Their status.
Okay. Says the Heilige Mishnah. Shnei Gittin shiksavam zeh b'tzad zeh. Rabbi said, before we go weiter, I want to show you the characters of today. Brand new characters. The what?
You were Megala America.
Yeah, I was Megala to myself also.
Online.
Because the status brings people to the shir without you doing anything. You don't have to do a thing. That's it. The computers take over. Your friends sign up. You don't even know. You don't get a free Gemara. And so he's always say, we have a Gemara. Look at these, Rabbi Isai, real quickly to understand this sugya. We need to understand these characters. There's 2 Jews and 2 Greeks. They're all Jewish. The Greeks don't have beards. I guess I'm a Greek. And the Yidden have the Ivris, the Israelis, they have beards. There's a father and son thing. The guys with the white are the fathers. The guys with the dark are the sons. Okay, it's very simple. This might have confused them more than necessary. Now, what's going on here is very simple. We have 2 Gittin side by side. Get in blue, get in purple, get 1, get 2. And it says there's 4 signatures that you see. Reuven ben Yaakov, Eid. Kahas ben Levi, Eid. They signed on the get on the right. Why? Because Reuven and Kahas are the Eidim. They're the sons of who? Yaakov and Levi. And they're on the right side. Guess what? Greeks, they signed the opposite. They write according to Rashi. The Rambam says they write in English or whatever, like English. Forget the Rambam first. We go with Rashi. They sign in Hebrew, but they put the father's name first, the son's name second. Ask Kashas later. It goes like this: Yosef ben Shimon. I'm the Yosef. Who's Yosef's ben? Shimon. Who's Yosef's son? Shimon. That's how they speak. Like
Arabs, Abu Hatzer.
Yeah, okay, right. Like Hebrew is the opposite of English. Like they'll say Nachal Noah, street Nachal Noah. Okay, they reverse it, but that's normal. So if you look now at this, look at the two signatures on the bottom, the two Yevanis on the bottom. Where are the signees? Where are the actual Adam, the young guys? They're on the left. Shimon and Yachzel are the one signing, and they are directly below the second get. So the Mishnah says that the second get is pasul, and the first get is kosher. There's only signees on the first get, not on the second get. Okay, I think it's very simple. So far, so good. Great. Let's see inside. Shnei Gittin shiksovim zeh b'tzad zeh. Two Gittin that are one next to the other, the blue and the purple. Ushnayim made them ivrim, and the two Ivrim, they speak Lashon Kodesh, so they write from right to left, and they write their name before the father's name. They start off on the right, but end up on the left. They also start off on the right, but end up in the left, but their signatures on the left side, where the Hebrews, their signatures on the right. The whoever's get is with. So put it this way, Rabbi, if you think about it, I should have done another chart, running out of time here. What if the Greeks are on top? Is any get kosher? Yes. The one on the left. The one on the left is kosher. The one on the right is possible. Why? Their names are under the left, and they are closest to the get. Over here we're saying whoever's closest to the get wins, and that's Reuven Kahas. Their two signatures are below the get on the right. But if it was reversed, that the Yevanis are on the top, the reason as we're going to see, their signature is kosher, 100%. But for the wrong get over here. Now they're being blocked. They're being blocked by the two other Eidim. It doesn't matter. You can have one signature that's signed like an Ivri and one signature that's signed like a Yevani, and it's kosher. So erase what I just said, that you could have one on one. That's something else. Over here, the Mishnah is saying something this is the most complicated part of the sugya. It's really not complicated, and check this out. I think it's beautiful. What's happening is Reuven ben Yaakov signed his name. That's perfect. That's how it should be. Reuven belongs to the get one. Yosef left a blank spot where it says blank, and he signed his name Yosef on the left, and then he continued on the following line Ben Shimon. Now Ben Shimon, who's the signee? Shimon. He's a Yevani. A Yevani signs his name after his father. You have the old man Yosef, and you have the son Shimon. The problem is that it should have said Yosef ben and Shimon Eid, but it says ben Shimon Eid. It's Rashi calls it Shalei Kedarka. Not a good signature. The next one also, this one is good because it says Kahas ben Levi Eid. That is good. It's written well. So the two Jewish, or I should say, call them Ivris. The two Ivri signatures are good. The two Yevani signatures are no good. It doesn't have to be in the same line. It's a continuation, like you read a book. You read, it says Tanya, Kivasi the Rishlakish, Tanya's over here, and it continues. That's fine. But what are the words that continue? If it said Kahas ben, and then it says Levi, it would be a problem. But in Greek, you have to write Yosef ben, Shimon. Fine. It's not written well. Okay, that's the whole thing. Now, if you look in Rashi, he has a little depiction over here, or even the art scroll, and you'll see that what Yoshi did is maybe 1,000 times better and more understandable. Yeah, you see it? Do you understand anything from what's going on over there? No. Okay, fine. I read it, and that's why I told you we got to do something here. Just it says blank very properly. The purple box shows you where the continuation of the signature is. The blue box shows you the continuation of the signature. I think it's clear. Very good. Very simple case now. Okay, fine. This kind of get is possible. Says Gemara, let's go over here. Oh. So going back to this case, they have two Gittin side by side. Ask the Gemara, the green, Ruvain, should be an 8 for get 1. Ben Yaakov should be an 8 for get 2. Ben Yaakov is another person. His name is Ben Yaakov. Ben Moshe. Gary, Ben Moshe. Two separate people. What's the problem? I don't understand why can't you be machshir the second get? You look at me like I'm crazy. Why can't Ben Yaakov be another human being? Who told you he's not? He just asked, how are you going to prove that the get is a good get? I come to Bez. I said, look, Ben Yaakov signed on it. Who's Ben Yaakov? Who says that that's a good? So here, I'll prove it to you. It says that we learned in the Mishnah, Ben Ish Ploini Eid Kosher. All you need is Ben Ish Ploini Eid. That's exactly what it is. Ben Yaakov Eid. Says Gemara, no, the Siv Reuven Ben Akama. Look, check this out. I'll just see here. That doesn't say Reuven 8. It says Ben Yaakov 8. It says Reuven. Zalman. Zalman. Why is that not a signature? Zalman and Ben Yaakov 8. You're saying that it should say 8. That's a discussion. But if you put the Ben over here next to Reuven, like it is now, Reuven Ben, so now Yaakov 8 doesn't make sense. Because Ben means he's the son of somebody. Who? You don't stop in the middle of a sentence. Obviously, he meant Yaakov. Okay. Says Gemara, wait a minute. Yaakov Eid Abasra, and Yaakov Eid says in the second get. With Kashai Reuven Ben. Reuven Ben is one name. With Kashai Yaakov Eid. What's wrong? Yaakov Eid is also a name. Ish Pliny Eid Kosher. All you need is Ish Pliny Eid. So the Gemara says, let's Siv Eid. It's okay. Fine. So there's no charge for it, but take off the word Eid, and that's why it's possible. No, it does say. We're looking at it. We recognize that this is not Yaakov. This is so-and-so's signature. We recognize this is Reuven's signature. Look, that's how he signs every document. Says the Gemara Daf Zayin Amud Beis, sponsored by MDY, Tehillim Group, or Ridavim for Refuah Yeshua Shidduchim for Klal Yisrael and our MDY family. Join us. Tehillim.8mindaf.com. Says the Gemara V'dilma b'shmo davur chasam. Maybe Yaakov Eid is a new signature for the second get. And why did he write Yaakov? Because he signs his father's name. That's how he likes to sign sometimes. Sometimes he writes Reuven, sometimes he writes Yaakov Eid. Yaakov. Says the Gemara, no, that's chutzpah. L'shavik inish shmei the chasam shmo davur. That's not the parents now. That's later. The Gemara says, people don't do that. Who signs his father's name? You have your own signature. Sign your own signature. Especially you signed it a minute ago. Why would you sign somebody else's name? Says Gemara, maybe he did a simon. The Rav Tzir Kavra, Reb Chanina Charusa, Rav Chizda Samach. Each one did something else. One used a palm tree. The other one used a samach, the ayin, because the Rav Yishaya, his ayin from his name, the samach from Chizda. Rabbi Ravuna Tzair Machusa, he did a ship mass. So here, I showed this when we had it in the Gemara back then, that the grandfather of Chida, he was saved from a terrible tragedy on a ship. He got off on the shore. It says it over here. It was in the year 1600. And from then he started signing his name as a commemoration and a thanks to Hashem. He signed his name as a ship. Here it is. So people used to sign their names like ships or whatever. Listen, they didn't just sign their names, You're like, anybody could imitate that. Let's see you do a ship mass. Anybody can forge, yeah. Says Gemara, you're not going to take your father's name and make it into some sort of symbol. Says Gemara, here we go. this get should be kosher for the two Hebrew Edom, and this get should be kosher from the two Greek Edom. Why? Because the Greeks that are signing, the young guys that are signing, not the fathers, the sons who are signing, they're on the left side under get number 2. And the Hebrew-speaking guys, they're under get number 1. So everything's great. It's like a football play. You'll see, it gets even more interesting. It says that a get that was written in, that's the next Mishnah, in Ivris, and this was signed by Greeks. Yavanis was written in Greek, Ved of Ivris, and was signed in Hebrew. Kosher. So what's wrong with it? Oh, look where the green Edom are. The purple, the guys that have a purple arrow. They're below. They're 2 lines below. They're too far from the purple get. They have the Hebrew-speaking guys separating them from the purple get. So it's chatzitza. It's a little bit of a problem. If you have some empty space, like let's say the only people signed on the get are the Greeks, all the way in the bottom. The problem is now you have empty space. Empty space is not good. Why? You might come, I don't know, I guess you might come put $1 million in there or whatever you want to do. Like that Maisa, there's a guy, I said this Maisa, and I think Eliyakim put it once in his in the Or Merkaz, but it's a famous Maisa that somebody came to a Rav, he said, this guy owes me $100,000. The guy says, he says, look, here's your signature. You know that chip that you do? Here, look at it. It's in perfect condition. I can't imitate, I can't forge it. $100,000. So Rav says to the guy, did you ever lend him a sefer? He says, yes. He says, go back home and get the sefer. He goes back home, and the front page was ripped out, torn out. The guy took his signature from the sefer and filled it in with a $100,000 document. Okay, so that's why you gotta make it. So what's the eitzah? Put in garbage. Put in fake names. Put in your brother's name. People that are apostle. Over here also, what's wrong? So Reuven ben Yaakov signed his name. It's good. As long as it's not empty, it's good. Says Gemara, first of all, according to Ziri, get 1 and get 2 are both kosher. By the way, I seriously, this is not a joke. I wanted to say this before, I'll say it now. It's better later than ever. The fact that Shui Davis is here, the L'chaim started at 7 o'clock, he should have been there, and he told me he's not coming. I said, but Daf Yomi doesn't have excuses. You push it off, you see, come a little late. You learn Torah, you get your Torah in, you need to be there. I didn't tell him that, but you really need to be there for 2.5 hours. Yeah, he's mishpach, he's a brother. I think he's doing the right thing, and that's why I'm trying to go as quick as possible. Just for Shui. V'amar Chizkiel, milu b'kroivim kosher. By the way, get 1, get 2 is kosher. B'tanadi done. And what's the problem? Dimo gundolas chosim. Maybe there's a mix-up here. And these Greeks decided to sign their name like the Hebrew guys. No, you know why? Because they're signing below Hebrew guys. It makes sense. They see, wait a minute, the young guys come before the old guys. What's going on? And you know what? Maybe we're in Israel. We should do it differently. So they signed it. So now you have 4 Eidim. Maybe that's what this thing is over here. Now I'm getting what he did. I didn't count what he did. Here, all 4 Eidim are for 1 get. Beautiful, Yoshi. Now I went through. I was like, "What's this?" Okay, we'll just skip it. Pretend it wasn't there. And all 4 of them signed 1 get. Says the Gemara, Echad Ivri, Echad Yavani. Says the Gemara, the Kasha, Echad Ivri, Echad Yavani, Echad Ivri, Echad Yavani. Oh. Says the Gemara in this case, right over here. Check this out. Oh. This, you have 2 Eidim. You have Ruvain, is the Eid. You have Shimon, who's the son of Yosef, who's Greek, and he happens to be directly below get 1. Perfect. Why is that not good? Vahai, what space? He's underneath the other guy. He's supposed to be like that. A little blank. That's okay. One blank is fine. 2 blanks is not good. And these 2 guys are signing on the other get. You can mix up two nationalities. You can put a Hebrew and a Greek together. We're not racist. Says Gemara, Tani, first of all, Tani Zirish name Shem, you're right. Enochanami is kosher. But Tani Didan, Dilmo Gundolas Chosim. Utlos Achad, V'chad Achad. Maybe the three on the right are signing for one, forget one, and one guy signing for get two. Bikits are not good. Says the Mishnah. Shir mixas haget uksove b'daf hasheni. This I don't have. It was too late already. It's really like 2 o'clock in the morning for him, so I told him to go to sleep. But it's very simple. It's 2 columns of a get. Column 1 is the get, and it continues to column 2. And the Eidim sign underneath column 2. Shir mixas haget uksove b'daf hasheni. Vaydim elamata kosher. Chosma Eidim b'reish hadaf. If the Eidim are on top, minatzad on the side, or me'achrov. Oh, I just realized I wanted to find the get makusher. I think I know where I put it. And I was going to do that. I pushed it off. That's what happens when you procrastinate. I'm pretty sure I put it in my suitcase packed to go to Israel. I think. And I want to show. Okay, fine. Let me show that. Because it just mentions it for a millisecond there. Or on the back of it, beget pashut. Beget pashut means just a simple that I should have here. This is a get pashut. This is still all marked up from New York. So if you sign on this side, no good. So let's show. Once we have this, if you sign over here, on the back, no good. We get pashut versus get mekusher that's sewn and everything that's supposed to be signed on the back. Beautiful charts. Our boy said this. You don't even have to look inside the Gemara. This is so gewaldic. Hold on, let me get there. Oh, check this out. You see the arrows? It makes it beautiful. The get is upside down. Get 1 is literally upside down. You can see the arrow going this way. Get 2 is perfect. The arrow is going upwards. That's how it has to be. And the signatures of the Eidim are smack in the middle. Which one of these Gittin is kosher? Why? Because there's no signatures on any get. One get has signatures when it's upside down, which is basically the Rosh. They both have it on the Rosh. They're both on the top, and the signature has to be in the bottom. No good. What about this case? Look at the arrows. You see how the arrows are? I got to show you again. You saw, but you have to see again. Oh, that's why there's a green box. There's a green means kosher. Green, it's green. Green, we like green. Red is no good. Green is kosher. So this one is kosher. The bottom one is possible. It's upside down. No good. At least the Eidim are upside down. However you want to look at it, it's no good. The end of one get, which is a good get. One of them is upside down. The one that the Eidim are closest and read with it is kosher. Now, they're both right side up. But the Eidim are only on the bottom of one get and on the top of the other get. So once again, the top get is kosher. The whole get was written in Lashon Kodesh, and the Eidim signed it the Greek way. According to Rashi, it would mean in Hebrew, just the father comes before the son. Yavanis Veda Vibris is written in Greek, and they didn't sign it like in Lashon Kodesh. 101, Ksav Sofer Ve'ed, and this is the famous halacha we learned a number of times just recently. If the Sofer wrote the get and there's one aid, kosher. Ish Ploini aid, kosher. Ben Ish Ploini aid, kosher. The son of this guy is kosher. Ish Ploini, Ben Ish Ploini, Veloy Kosav aid, kosher. The Nikiya Das, they took off one word to save, to be precise, and to make sure everything is perfect. They said, Ish Pliny, so-and-so, the son of so-and-so, Vizel. Now, it just reminds me of the famous Maisa with the Yeki. He told his wife, listen, tonight I'm going to start coming home 10 seconds later than usual, because they started saying in Shul, saying Talam Matar. Okay. One extra word, you got to be careful. He wrote Davis, V'chanichasa, Palchik, or the opposite. Yeah. Chanichasa, Davis, Chanichasa, about kosher. The get is kosher. Rabbi Isai, Yishkoch for joining. Have a wonderful day.
Right?